Hey, what's up guys? We're back with more World of Warcraft. If you checked out my first stream, it's still on my account. It's only like 4 minutes long because my internet wouldn't allow me to fully stream. We were going to get that fixed in the future, but that's part of being a budget gamer, right? But we're back in World of Warcraft today, and I wanted to go over kind of what I wanted to do in the stream, but I'm going to do it as a video. So if you haven't played World of Warcraft or haven't played World of Warcraft in a while, this is going to be part of a new series that I'm going to call Budget Breakers. It's just fun games that aren't necessarily budget, but they're just fun for me to play, and there's ways to make them cheaper, um, depending on how much you like it. Before I say anything, I want to remind you guys to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know every single time we upload, you will be notified. So the first thing I want to say about World of Warcraft is it's been out for a very long time. I believe we're on the 7th patch expansion. Originally when it came out you could only level to level 60. Since then it is now bumped up to level 120 as far as the newest expansion, and soon, I'm not sure of the exact date, I'll try to add it at the top of the screen here, or maybe over there. WoW Classic is coming out, which is back to vanilla, which is when I started playing, way back when. Now I haven't played this game since the release of Legion, so you can see all my mains are still only at level 110, not 120 yet. I've been playing with it. I got the free trial on that Friday that you can see I only got 2 days left. I'm probably gonna upgrade and put time into it. We'll see. So I want to say as well that if you do like this game and you're willing to grind, once you have a top level character, you don't even have to be max level. You can buy game time, 30 days of game time with in-game currency. So that's one of the ways around getting that is one of the ways of getting around paying $15 a month for a subscription game after paying for the bundle to actually buy the game itself. So startup cost, definitely not budget, but again, that's why we're going to be calling it a budget breaker. So this is a monk. The 3 specializations of monk are you can tank, called Brewmaster, DPS, which I'm not sure which one that one's called, and the healing spec, which I'm in, is Mistweaver. So right now I'm just working on some quests near my garrison, which is right there. If you don't know what that is, that's a whole deal. So yeah, so we're gonna go down here. We're gonna try and do, let's see what dungeons. Okay, so I've got those 3 unlocked. I've got no raids until level 100. I'm pretty not happy with that, but that's okay. It's an add-on called Healbot. It's linked to my mouse, so if I click my name, I'll start healing myself. When I'm in a party, it fills up with names. You'll see that when I'm doing the dungeon. So we're gonna do a random dungeon as healer. This is what I mean by so it's Brewmaster, Mistweaver, and Windwalker. I'm Mistweaver through and through, 100% healing. So when you're in a queue for a dungeon or a raid, you can check how many people you're waiting on. So right here you can see, if I move this again, you can see that we have the 3 damage, the 1 healer, which is me, and we're just waiting on a tank. When you decide to start playing, I would suggest learning a character that is a tank or a healer. It doesn't have to be both. But if you are a solely DPS class, like Hunter, Warlock, Mage, Rogue, those are really good classes, and they pump out a lot of damage, and they're very fun to play. However, you can't get into dungeons very quick, because right now, all I'm looking for is a tank, because I am the healer. If I was doing DPS, we would have 3 DPS, and we'd be waiting for a tank and a healer. And the queue would be way longer. You can already see I've been in this queue for almost 10 minutes now, and we're just waiting on 1 person. I'll go out and do the review of the create a character page after I do the dungeon. So we're doing the Blood Moss Slag mines. I put it on random. This is just the one that it gave me. So now you can see in my heal bot, everything is, or everyone's name is up here. It even separates them. These are your DPS, this is your main tank. And in raids, not just your DPS will be in group, but other tanks that are not your main tank. So as healer, you can just kind of stand back and watch. Just make sure no one dies. But it's fun to spin, so we'll spin. Alright. Here's the map. In case you want to see, the circle things are bosses. Something interesting about monks is, like, right now I'm casting Soothing Mist on someone. Now I can cast other spells instead of having to actually like take time to cast them. I can quick cast them and they just go off instantly, as long as I'm healing that person with Soothing Mist. When we get to a boss where there's only one fight, I'll do more damage, and I'll show you what I mean as far as like doing more damage. Although they're not doing bad. We are missing a party leader, or not a party leader, but a party member. And like 54k, it's pretty good. Maybe I can do it on this one. Yeah, so that's kind of how I keep track of my party, because like you can see right here, they're actually doing great. They're not letting the healer get above them in damage, which is good, because a healer should never be able to do more damage than the damage character. Like, unless you're specifically building him that way, and I'm not building this guy this way. He's built to heal. So the combo with these three is you do the one on the right first, which is called Rising Sun Kick, and then you use your Tiger Palm to gain stacks with it. As you can see up here, up to 3, so I'm actually at max right now, but I have to heal this guy. And then you can do your Blackout Kick to use all those stacks, and there's a chance that it will reset the cooldown on your Rising Sun Kick, so you can do that one again. Like that right there. Because these ones do the most damage. My team just left me. So now we're in a boss room. You can see this little jade dragon statue here. That's actually a talent that I picked up, so as long as that's out, whoever I'm casting my Soothing Mist on, it also casts Soothing Mist on it. On that person. As a healer too, if you start taking aggro, which this tank is at keeping aggro, is also at damage, which tank doesn't have to be good at damage necessarily, but it should be not bad. Well, whichever. Anyway, yeah, if you start taking the aggro as the healer, then you can just run into the group, and usually the tank will be doing some kind of growl or whatever it is to grab their attention. This is the second boss that we're going to be doing. There's 4 total. Even the shaman over here is getting pretty cocky as far as tanking. He keeps falling aggro, which, I mean, he can do it. For a while there, I was actually above our tank. Oh, the fires are gone and the bridge is down.
Bring them to me alive, Rotal. They will fetch an excellent price.
So the other pop-ups that you're seeing around there is another add-on called Deadly Boss Mods. And it kind of just tells you everything that's going on when you're doing a boss fight. That way you make sure you're not like stuck in fire or anything like that. But it also tells you like, ooh, let's see if we can save her life. We did it. No, Namasima, we did it. We saved the panda who was shooting a monster. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! I gotta try to get down there. Otherwise, they're gonna blame me. That's one bad part about playing support in any game, but especially on MMORPGs, is if anyone dies, it's your fault. Inherent. And if you're a support main, maybe you can back me up. I know Jack Patillo of Achievement Hunter. He's a support main, and he goes in knowing that if anyone dies, it's his fault, and if they lose, it's his fault. And that's fine, as long as you can handle the pressure, you know? Or just be good enough to not let anyone die. That's kind of what I do. Ow, my face. He jumped on it. Yeah, I would love to get a guild going with some subscribers and do videos and stuff with you guys. I think that would be so much fun. See, oh, I missed it. I missed it again. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. So he throws out these rocks, and that was a heat wave and this wind. And you just don't want to get killed by them. You saw I almost died there because I kept getting hit by the rock. I even saw him coming, I just didn't dodge him. There's fire. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Why am I so bad? Okay, I jumped out of the way of that one. So for the most part, if you're a caster, you want to stack haste and intellect. If you are a hand-to-hand combat, then you want to stack like stamina, crit strike, maybe, depending on which one you are. And then versatility. I'm not sure what versatility does, honestly. But then as a tank, you want to stack like obviously armor, which everything's armor. And then also, what else? Stamina, definitely. What does mastery do? I don't even know what mastery does. Some of these words didn't used to exist when I first started playing and when I played most of it. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure mastery and versatility were not in vanilla. So I don't know exactly what they do, but maybe I can 1 to 120 for you guys if you guys really like the series, because that would take quite a bit of time. Although I do have the boa gear, so I would be mostly dungeons. So if that's something, if this is something you guys like to watch, maybe I can even get some other friends to record themselves, and we can do some cool videos with it. Brandon isn't too much into World of Warcraft. He is into League of Legends, however, and I used to be down with League, so maybe that'll be coming out soon. Let me get in here and do some damage. And that's it. Yeah, so then you can leave the instance group and it spits you out back right where you were. Okay, so we're going to look at creating a new character. So here are your gender, male, female. Here's all your races. So on the alliance side, you have human, dwarf, night elf, gnome, draenei, and worgen. In the classic that's about to come out, you're going to have human, dwarf, night elf, and gnome. On the horde side, in classic is going to be orc, undead, tauren, troll. And then when Burning Crusade came out, they gave you blood elf. And when Cataclysm came out, I believe, is when Goblin and Worgen came out. And then Mists of Pandaria gave you the Panda. Now the Panda is down here by itself because when you reach a certain level, like level 10 or so, you'll actually have a quest to where you have to choose whether you want to be part of the Horde or part of the Alliance, but you're still a Panda all the same. Not every, you can see as I was going through, not every class can be everything. So we'll go through and like Warrior, they can be a tank, or any of them can be damage. So I'm just throwing that out there now. So they can be a tank. Paladins, they can be tanks and healers. Hunters are only damage. Rogues are only damage. Priests have 2 disciplines of healing and also DPS. Mage is all damage. Warlock is all damage. The monk can do any of them. Right, and then Shaman has a healing spec and 2 damage. Shaman are the most versatile as long as you don't want to tank, because their healing, number one, is really good, and you can off-tank with it because they have so much damage mitigation. Then also, if you're the hand-to-hand type combat person, they have a spec for that, and then if you're the caster type, they have a spec for that. So Shamans are just the jack of all trade, as long as you don't want to tank. Then we get to the true jack of all trade, and that's Druid. So in the tanking form, you become a bear. So it's all hand-to-hand combat. In the DPS form, I believe the first form you unlock is a cat form, so it's mostly hand-to-hand. Later, you have the option to unlock a moonkin form, which increases your spell damage. And then you're healing for a long time. You don't have a special healing form, and then eventually you get one called the Treant form, and it increases your nature spell effects. Druids are the all-around. If you want to play everything and turn into crazy animals, that's what you want to do. Demon Hunter, you have to be a certain level. Like I said, it doesn't tell you there. But they are tanks. They're mitigation tanks. They wear leather armor, so they don't have a lot of health, but they do a lot of self-healing, like lifesteal. And Death Knights are the opposite of that. They are tanks, but they are just big, hefty, big guys. They are also, I don't like their tank spec that much, Blood, but their damage specs are really cool. So here's what is cool about all of them. So as a warrior, one of my favorite things about the warrior is they have a spec where you can dual wield two-handed weapons, and yes, you can be a gnome warrior. So imagine a gnome warrior going out with two just big swords, and he literally has to backflip to be able to hit them sometimes. So that's just so much fun. Paladins, they're like the healing tanks. They're all around if you don't like shapeshifting. It's basically if you wanted to play a druid but you don't like all the different forms, then you'd play a paladin. And they have different types of mana depending on what type of spec you want to go to. Hunter, the cool thing is that you can have a pet. There's a bestiality spec where you specialize in pets and you can get exotic and legendary pets. It's very fun. It doesn't do as much damage as the sniper or whatever the gun direct damage spec is. Rogues can turn invisible and move around, and they are very good. They do tons of damage. I'm not good at playing a rogue, but they're very good for PvP. Priests are cool because they have the two different disciplines as far as, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say discipline. They have two different specs as far as healing. There's the holy spec, which is direct heal spells, like heal, flash heal, other spells like that. The discipline spec is more shield, and it's a very interesting way of playing a support, and I like it a lot. Shamans, like I explained. Mages are cool because they're like the ultimate caster damage, even more so than shaman or priest. Shadow priests are really cool. They put out a lot of damage, but if you are like, I want to play a caster, then this might be for you. They've got like a fire discipline, specialization. They've got an ice spec and some other spec. I'm not sure which one that is. Warlock is cool because they have different demons. Unlike hunters, you can't capture your own demon. So you can't go out and find a demon and then capture it. With the hunter, you can literally go out and find whatever animal you want and like capture it, and now it's your pet. You get them multiple as well. With this one, it's based on level. You summon a demon based on your level, and depending on what you want to do. So like this one's good for damage, and then there's a tank one, there's a different type of damage one. I think there's even a heal one. I'm not exactly sure. Monk we talked about. You can do all of it, every type of role. And that one came out with the panda, and that's what's special about that one is that it's like a panda monk. Demon Hunter, you get to start at level 98, so you just get to start really high. That's why a lot of people will have Demon Hunters, because it's like, oh, dude, come play on my server. It's like, oh, I'll just make a Demon Hunter, level up 20 levels, and you're done. And then Death Knights, again, this came out with Wrath of the Lich King. This was the option to do that before Demon Hunter existed. So you would start at level 55, and the level cap was level 80, so it was 25 levels, and you would just throw that on another server and you were done. And that is it for World of Warcraft in this one. If you guys want to see more of this and maybe get a guild going so we can do some raids as the budget gaming community, let me know in the comments and maybe we can get that going. Add me as a BattleNet, and if you're just starting out, let me know and I can get you that recruit a friend thing and we can level together. So a reminder, Monday, July 1st is the giveaway for the 1 month of Xbox Live. Thanks for watching. Bye.